Hello, everyone. It's I, Mr. Big T. Anderson. Here are the rules. Artist, links down below. Fanfic, fanfiction. Writer, links down below. I'm just Schmucky Duck reading it. This is Prologue to Disastered by Hugo V. Mr. Freeze is kind of one of those. He could be not really a villain, more of an anti-hero. But really, let's begin. I want to see if I can get this done before all hell breaks loose here. It was Christmas time again. Victor's favorite holiday of the year, in all its tinsel, warmth, and good tidings. He relaxed against his tall damask chair, absent-mindedly running ideas through his head about calibration and recalibration, not at all concerned with plum pudding. It had been a slow, uniform day. He woke up, went to work, and left for home. Quite gray, but fulfilling nonetheless. The room in which he sat adhered to the city's Gothic architecture, with an arched ceiling and dark corners. On every square foot of floor lay shadow, the sole light emanating from a nearby fireplace. Victor fingered the glass of scotch he held with detached interest, unfocused on the here and now. In a city like Gotham, every winter was a white one. Dots of snow drifted lazily towards the streets below, gathering on a small ledge outside Victor's apartment window. In the late evening, the falling flakes would vanish under darkness's cover, invisible until morning. Victor readjusted his glasses, which had a habit of sliding down the bridge of his nose. He yawned. How many late nights had it been? 4? 5 in a row? His Nora was counting on him, asleep in her pod, to pull through. He looked forward to speaking to her again. He looked forward to seeing her glow again. Mostly, he just looked forward. Victor knew reflection on the past to be a luxury. In the past, it was as if she had never left, never fell ill. She was there, standing bright-faced beside him in a treasured memory. All he had to do was reach out and stroke her cheek. She would lean into his hand, smiling, with closed eyes. And then his hand would disappear, and her smile would fade as she sunk into the embrace of a cold, unyielding machine. Victor drank a stinging sip of scotch, letting it warm his stomach but worsen the beginnings of his headache. His body disagreed with his after-hours research sessions, but that was no great matter. He would sacrifice every last scrap of comfort he had ever felt should it bring his beloved back, even if for a second. Victor wondered if she ever dreamt of him. The file on his lap seemed a mockery, filled with perfect, near-ground-breaking calculations, but otherwise devoid of any palpable solution. Victor turned it over, pinching the folder's dull edges. He sighed, went over things one final time, and retired to bed. He had a few more inconsistencies to iron out, but they could be attended to tomorrow. Tomorrow. Victor liked that word. Tomorrow, he decided, was the perfect time to record a small video on his findings. Hopefully create something to convince the higher-ups to fund his project, willingly, that is. For now, he was content. So, if you can kind of guess, this was one that kind of was the start of the whole freeze. So, and that's something I really like. Normally, when you play with characters, you go with something that is already made. You don't go and mess around with how they're built. this kind of got into the mind of why he was doing it. So that was good. Anyway, if you like it, hit the links down below. You know what to do. Toodles for now.